I was 16 when my parents kicked me out of the house. It was Christmas Eve, and I'd just told them I was pregnant. My dad's face turned this awful shade of red, and my mom, she just stared at the floor like she couldn't even look at me anymore. My dad pointed to the door and said either I fixed the problem or I wasn't their daughter anymore. I couldn't do what he wanted. I just couldn't. So I packed a bag while they sat in silence in the living room. Not a single word as I walked out the door in the middle of a snowstorm with nowhere to go. For 2 years, I lived with my best friend's family. They took me in, helped me finish high school, even watched my baby girl while I worked nights at a diner. My daughter Lily was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, and I never once regretted my choice. I tried calling home once when Lily was 6 months old. My mom answered. I could hear her breathing, but when I said hello, she just hung up. After that, I stopped trying. When Lily turned 5, I had saved enough to rent us a tiny apartment. By the time she was 8, I had my associate's degree and a decent job at an insurance company. We were doing okay, just the two of us. Then, last year, when Lily was 13, my phone rang with a number I still recognized even after all this time. My dad was calling. 15 years of silence, and suddenly there he was, asking if we could meet. I almost didn't go. What right did he have to pop back into my life now? But something made me say yes. Maybe I wanted Lily to know her grandparents. Maybe I wanted answers. Or maybe I just needed to face them as the woman I'd become, not the scared teenager they threw away. We met at a coffee shop near my apartment. They looked older, smaller somehow. My mom cried when she saw me. My dad couldn't even look me in the eye at first. He slid a small box across the table. Inside was a tiny silver bracelet. "We got this for your baby," he said, "right after you left." My mom finally spoke, her voice barely a whisper. "We were going to come find you, give you this, bring you home. But then your father had his accident. I didn't know about any accident. How could I? They never tried to contact me." My dad rolled up his sleeve to show a long scar running from his wrist to his elbow. "Drunk driver," he said. "2 days after you left. I was in a coma for 3 months. When he woke up, he couldn't remember the last 5 years. Didn't remember me getting pregnant. Didn't remember throwing me out. My mom had to tell him everything, but by then they had no idea where I was." "Why didn't you look harder?" I asked, my voice cracking. I wasn't hiding. My dad reached for my hand, but I pulled away. That's when he told me the real reason they were reaching out after all these years. The thing that finally made him track down my number and call. My mom had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She had maybe 6 months left. She wanted to meet her granddaughter, my dad said. His voice sounded hollow, like he'd been practicing those words for days. And I wanted to try to make things right before it's too late. I sat there, my coffee going cold, not sure what to say. Part of me wanted to walk out, let them feel a fraction of the abandonment I had felt. But another part of me, the part that had grown up raising Lily, understood something about forgiveness. "I need time to think," was all I could say. When I got home, Lily could tell something was wrong. She may have been only 13, but that kid could read me like a book. I never kept secrets from her. She knew she had grandparents somewhere, knew they hadn't wanted me to have her. I told her everything that happened at the coffee shop. "I think you should let them meet me," she said after thinking it over.